All right, let's talk about this division. Talking about the NL East, we continue on here. Washington and Atlanta, and the standings in that division have changed dramatically over the last week and a half or so. And you see where we were on June 1st, and you see where we are today. The Mets have not been bad. They've been around 500. The Braves went from 10.5 out to 5.5 out. The Phillies chipped away at that lead a little bit as well. I mean, is this the beginning of the reset where the Mets were not as good as they were, and perhaps Atlanta was not playing as well as they could until now?
I would say it's a sign that the Braves are a good enough team that no one is going to run away from them. Right? The Mets did have a big lead, as we saw right there, but I never thought they were just going to run away and the separation would grow or even maintain. Atlanta's too good of a team, and it's typical. We've seen teams come back after they won the World Series, and those first couple of months, they struggle. I mean, almost year after year after year, there's just some little bit of a hangover effect there. They're beyond that now, well beyond that. And now the pitching is coming around. We talked a lot about their offense yonder, but now they're pitching. Ian Anderson is a key. He's going tonight. He's been a little bit up and down, but I just love his stuff and his composure on the mound. Yeah, with Ron Washington, we know the Braves are going to defend. With the Phillies, I'm not so sure about that, right? Because they're at the top of the barrel when it comes to defense. Now, with the Mets, the only thing that worries me about the Mets is their schedule. Their next 2 or 3 weeks, they're going to face Milwaukee twice, they're going to face the Marlins twice, and they're going to face the Astros. Now, when you look at the Braves, there's more favorable matchups for the Braves than it is for the Mets. Now, you can say, let's just finish 500. But what happens if the Braves right now go on this crazy run, this ludicrous run that they've been in, and they continue to play good baseball? Well, the schedule is matched up for that. Whereas the Mets, they need to continue to play solid baseball and kind of keep the boat afloat. There's no drama with the Mets, and that's why I'm not so concerned about it. Usually with the Mets, there's some kind of drama. Yeah. Most of these guys are getting back. Scherzer's he's going to be coming back soon enough as well. So if they can just get over with the All-Star break, I think they're going to be just fine.
Tom, give me your thoughts on, the possibility that Max and DeGrom come back. Number one, can we count on it? And number two, when?
Yeah, I think Max, you could definitely count on it. When he got bit by his dog, I thought what really jumped out at me was he had missed a day of long tossing. He was already long tossing at that point, and that's like 3 weeks ago. So he'll be fine, and I actually think by the end of the season, if you're talking about a power pitcher at 38 years old, he's not going to have all those innings getting to October.
That's a great point.
It's a fresh arm, and it was not an arm injury, right? It was a lat kind of. DeGrom, we have to wait till he gets on the mound, recovers after minor league rehab starts, things like that. He's progressing well. Everything's been good. Not really structural, just a bone bruise that he had in there. But I always say, wait till the guy gets on the mound. We see him pitching in games. You know what they say? Never bite the hand that feeds you. Come on, man. You think he was in timeout?
No, I'll tell you what would concern me if I'm the Mets, and I want your quick take on this. Other than Alonso, they're not hitting the ball out of the park, which means you got to rally. And that's a very difficult thing to do in today's game. Do you have a problem with that?
I agree. Look, and they are a soft hitting contact team. And right now, it feels like everything's just going the right way for them, right? Every bloop is falling. Every hit in the infield is going their way. For the most part, they've been pretty healthy. At some point here, you need to slug a little bit. I think that's going to happen. The track record says guys are going to hit, guys are going to slug a little bit. It's just a matter of them holding down the fort and hit and play good defense.
I actually like their offensive profile. Have you seen Jeff McNeil?
Listen.
Jeff McNeil now is going the other way early in counts. He's taking advantage of a year where, let's face it, the ball's not carrying as much.
I agree with you, and I don't dislike the style. What I'm saying is I don't know if that style can withstand a full year. That's all I'm saying.
I think it does.
I think
the way they grind at bats.
Yeah. I count more. I will say I'll count more on that style than a team that's always looking for the 3-run homer. That's going to play more. That's going to be more consistent than a team that's always looking for that big hit. Those big hits with good pitching doesn't happen. The grinding at bats like the Mets are doing right now, that happens more than not.
Okay, and they made a couple of additions, Canna being one of them. And they got 2 strikes every time. He doesn't care. It doesn't matter.